What's up, guys? My name is Jessie, or some of you might know me as Skelly. I play Lia in Reign of the Sundered Idol, CroWare's upcoming 5e compatible Dungeons & Dragons module. Lia is a young changeling Arcane Trickster Rogue. She's ventured away from her family to prove that she can be a hero and try to earn her way back into her family's good graces. So when I started off with creating Lia, I wanted to make sure that I played a different class and race that I hadn't ever played before. I tend to play the same type of personality. I tend to play druids or healers, and really wanted to try to make sure I did something different with this group. I also have a tendency to create characters who are very motherly. So I made Lia very young. She is 18 years old. She's very silly and naive, very immature, mischievous. She was raised as a noble in Waterdeep and then was brought to the world of Verendrel to help determine the cause of the severance. And I find her noble background gives a really interesting opportunity for roleplay in that she has to try very hard to balance her mischievous nature with her upbringing of being very proprietary and manners being so important. So she often struggles to find that balance between the two of those. So Lia's voice is fairly straightforward. She, again, was raised as nobility in Waterdeep, so for the most part, I try to stick to a very prim and proper British accent. As some of you might have noticed already if you follow the campaign, anytime she gets frustrated or angry, especially when it comes to interacting with Orlo and Emerin, she slips into a little bit more of a Cockney and improper accent, but that's really all there is to Lia as far as her voice. So one of my favorite things about playing Lia is getting into character to play her. Part of her character that I've casually highlighted throughout gameplay is that she religiously keeps a journal or a diary. Now that she is largely unavailable to write to her family and doesn't really have a relationship with her parents, she has kind of made a crutch of writing to people that she's met in Verendrel who she feels that she's made a strong connection with. So sometimes that could be their mentor, Avrim. It could be either of her main love interest, Luke, or potential love interest, Eric Pace, or whoever else she might feel the need to write to. So she's always trying to reach out to somebody to try and regain that feeling of companionship and love and family. So what I do before each session, I have just a Google Doc that I share with our DM, Ducky, that I write a letter before each session. It doesn't necessarily have to be to any one character, but I pick somebody to write a letter to, and it really kind of helps me get back into that mindset of, what is Lia going through? How is she feeling about all of these things that are happening to her? And so that's how I get ready for each session. So I'm sure anybody who has watched the campaign so far, when they think of Lia and interesting things that she has done, will first think of Lia stabbing an orb in one of our very early combats in the series. It was a very controversial action, but she and I still maintain that it saved the group. So that's always a fun Lia memory. We even have, an emote in our Discord about, stabbing the orb, and everybody still brings it up throughout the campaign. But for Lia specifically, it's actually my favorite thing about her is a little bit a little bit deeper than that. One thing that we as a group always talk about, one of our favorite things with D&D, is that it really provides an opportunity to explore various aspects of our own life or our own personalities that you kind of put into the characters that you're making and that you're playing as. So for Lia, the part of her that's me is becoming an adult while learning to deal with your childhood trauma and realizing that your family doesn't have to be your blood or the people who raised you. Your family is they're the people that you choose and you surround yourself with. So, you know, as much as Orlo and Emran get on her nerves, she has had these various small moments throughout the campaign that have really allowed me to connect with her and explore my feelings about, you know, discovering and embracing who I am and finding my personal family. I think Lia has a lot of personal growth left to accomplish before the end of this campaign, and I can't wait to watch her grow with you all. If you are interested in learning more about Lia or anybody else in the campaign, please make sure you join our Discord or reach out to us on social media. We would love to chat with you. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you later.